And, like, this is what's crazy about Christianity, and this is why I don't know, like, how Jews view it, but the 10 commandments aren't hard to keep. They're not. They're really not. Like, don't kill people. Okay. Don't lie. Okay. Don't want things that your neighbor or that your brother or your neighbor has. Okay. Like, don't say the Lord's name in vain. Okay. But Jesus took it from, like, actions to, like, "Hey, dude, you're not getting it." Like, that wasn't the point. That was just, like, me telling you how to do something on an elementary level because people back then weren't educated, so that was a very basic way to say, "Hey, don't do these things." But God's like, even if you think about another woman, that's adultery. If you hate your brother, that's murder. Like, it's so much harder to be a Christian to the point where he wants your mind and he took it from like actions to your mind and to your heart. That is way harder, way more elevated. So I feel like Christians are doing CrossFit when it comes to spirituality, and the other side, they're just working on their upper body. Like, they all have skinny legs. They only do chest and buys and back. Like, that's the only thing they're doing. Meanwhile, we're doing like way more way more exercises for the whole body, you know what I'm saying? And it's like and you wonder why Christianity blew up. It's because it was true. It was the heart and the mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It's just like sometimes when things are actually true, that's why they take off, you know? Like when people were actually coming alive and people spiritually were just being reborn, that was the reason why everyone was getting you know, not conversed, the conversions or whatever you wanna call it, like they were becoming Christians, it's because it was like, I was dead and now I'm alive,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, God has always had a major issue with pride. Major, major issue with pride. And we talked about Job yesterday in church. And Job supposedly is the oldest book in the Bible, right? So chronologically written first. Who wrote it? We don't know. What's whatever. But the gist of that book is you have a holy God who allows a lot of bad things to happen to a good person. And the Bible even calls him perfect. But you find out at the tail end of it, when God starts blasting pride, like people that are prideful, Leviathan, the father of the children of pride, God cannot stand self righteousness and he cannot stand pride, which is horrifying because here's a guy that on paper was perfect in Job. So outwardly and probably inwardly, he was perfect. And yet God found that one little flaw in him, which was self-righteousness or whatever, being having a higher view of himself than he should have.
Yeah.
And God squeezed that out of him by killing his family, taking away his wealth, making him sick, just because God wanted to get that one last little bit of him perfected. Then enters the law, which breeds being prideful, right? Because now it's I'm keeping the law. I'm a Pharisee. I'm
Yeah.
doing all the things. And then that's what, yeah, right. So when Christ came and he says, I don't care what you look like on the outside. I'm looking at that's exactly what he went through with Job. He said Job was perfect in every way, eschewed evil, feared God. Even inwardly, he was probably pretty perfect, but he had that one flaw where he thought he was doing really well.
Yeah.
And all those questions. Can you bind Pleiades? Can you create snow? Can you create the solar system? All that stuff.
Yeah.
So God cannot stand arrogance. And religion, that's all it's doing is it's trying to make you think that you're
Yeah.
perfect. And
Yeah.
you can't be.